All right, I'm vlogging on my Insta 360 Ace Pro 2. I'm using my new DJI Mic Mini. I don't know if that's the sound you're currently hearing. I gotta adjust the wire, sorry. I don't know if that's the sound you're currently hearing. I just got this DJI Mic Mini today. I ordered it last night and it arrived very, very quickly. So major shout out to Amazon for that. But in today's video, I want to talk about how vlogging kind of changed my perspective, not just on content creation, but on life in general. You see, I used to be someone who was so camera shy. I was afraid of what people thought, what people perceived, or if I look silly going out into the public talking to the camera, because it does look silly from a perspective, from an outside perspective. It does look a bit awkward, but you have to get over that fear of what others think, because if you go to somewhere like your local park, like this right here, it's my local park, nobody's here. If there was people here, you know what I mean, they'd be minding their own business. Because I did a vlog about how coworkers aren't your friends and stuff like that. I remember doing that about a month ago, and there were people here, they just minded their own business. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have some people who approach you and say, hey, what are you talking about in today's video? And you can't be afraid to tell them. One thing I'm starting to see a shift, not just as people, but as content creators, people will come up to these vloggers and say, hey, what are you talking about in your video? What product are you covering? What's it all about? And a lot of vloggers say, hey, I'm talking about, this microphone. I'm talking about this camera. I'm talking about, this product. I'm talking about my favorite restaurant. I'm talking about, ND filters and stuff like that. Like, really interact with the people. Does it make you a bit nervous? Yes, but you got to get over that fear. You know what I mean? As a content creator, you gotta be a people person. I can't stress this enough. You have to be a people person, because people are going to approach you when you're out and about. And don't feel offended when I say this, but most people feel awkward when you pull out your camera and you're vlogging at your supermarket, or you're vlogging at your favorite restaurant and other people are around eating. You know what I mean? Some people are camera shy, and some people will tell you, hey, can you cut the camera off? Or, you might see people just get up and leave the location because they feel awkward about it. And that's okay. Everybody perceives things differently. But at the end of the day, you gotta be a people person as a content creator and be willing to interact with those around you. So just worry about recording your content. You know what I mean? Don't press nobody. Don't force them to be on camera if they don't want to be. Don't force interaction with people if they don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Don't do any of those things. But if they come up to you and they have questions, feel free to talk to them. You know what I mean? One thing, like I said, I'm starting to see a shift is the fact that a lot of vloggers are interacting with people that come up to them to ask questions. Like, hey, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? In today's video. And they'll tell them hey, this is what I'm covering, and this, that, and the third. I think honestly, the past couple of years, especially the past couple of years, we've lost our humanity to cell phones, smartphones, smart cars, tablets, you name it. I think we've lost our humanity to those things, because nowadays, and I'm a coin at this, people walk around with their face in their smartphones, right? They can have a full-on conversation, a full-blown interaction via video call, voice call, or text message with the person that's sitting right next to them. And I'm a coin at this terminology. That's part of the cell phone syndrome, right? The cell phone syndrome is I can have the courage to say what's on my mind and speak my piece to this individual that I had a fallout with at work while I'm sitting right next to them, but I'm not going to let them know in the presence of a supervisor. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let my supervisor know. Or me and this friend had a fallout, and I'm going to let them know how I feel about what they said, but I'm not going to tell them face to face. Or I could like this person, I could have a romantic feelings for this person. I'm gonna let them know how I feel via text message, but I'm not going to do it face to face. And I'm starting to see a change when it comes to that. You know what I mean? I'm starting to see a change. People are starting to interact again. It really blows my mind. and I'm gonna say this, it really blows my mind how during the holidays in the 90s, especially like a lot of us 90s kids, we got to see our family members, like our parents, our cousins, our aunts, uncles, all interact when they saw each other at the store and have like at least a 1 hour conversation. Versus today, you see somebody in the store that you know and be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how's life? Hey, how's the job? Oh, that's what's up. How's so-and-so? That's good. All right, I'll holler at you later. You have a good one. God bless you. And we'll continue on about our day and not really think twice about that interaction. Like, man, maybe I cut him too short. Maybe I made him or her feel some type of way. You know, maybe I should have said this and this and this. Maybe I should have really stayed and interacted with those individuals. And that's one thing as a content creator, you will have every once in a blue moon. You will have those friendly interactions with people. You know, I've even had a few off camera, you know, when I got done wrapping up a video and whatnot, that people will come up to you like, hey, that was a really good subject you talked about. You know, I really liked how you covered this. You know what I mean? Here's what you could have said better. Like, I love the video. I'm gonna check out your channel most definitely and subscribe. But they might add some criticism or two, but it doesn't always mean that's a bad thing. You know what I mean? So you got to be willing to be a people person. Get over that fear of seeing people at a location and be like, you know what? I'm not going to press record because so-and-so and so-and-so is there. Or this person there with their kids, or, you know, that coworker that, you know, I didn't like, they right there at that location. You know, I don't know how I feel about that, you know? So you got to get over that fear. You know what I mean? You got to get over that fear and just press record. Worry about your content. Focus on your content. Focus on the things you want to talk about. You know, if you struggle to really cover a subject, take out a little notepad, write down some talking points or some bulletin points, and just go off each individual point as you're recording your video. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you as a content creator, you're gonna need a little encouragement. You know what I mean? You gotta encourage yourself as you encourage others, because when people see you get started on your dreams and your goals, it encourages them to want to get started on their dreams and goals. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you guys for rocking with me. Hopefully the audio does sound good. I'm using my new DJI mic mini. That's what you're hearing in the video. I just want to say thank you guys for all love and support. Thank y'all for 925 subscribers. You know, more vlogs on the way, most definitely. Now that I got the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, more vlogs are definitely on the way. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a beautiful and blessed weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. God bless.